there's been a documented decrease in empathy over the decades, even over the generations. So we'll be looking at this through the lens of attachment, through the lens of emotion, and looking at it developmentally. It's about our nature, our human nature, not something that is artificially acquired. It is about the unfolding of that human nature. Empathy is the fruit of caring. It is a spontaneous outcome if conditions are conducive. That's the part that should be our focus and concern, is the heart, the spirit, the inner drive, the movement, because it sets the stage for where we need to go. So yes, we can be midwives to the developmental process. We can be impediments to it. We can get ahead of ourselves, which is the case that many of us do as eager parents, and in a society where children are put into situations, social situations they were never put in before. And when they are, the pressure is to be socially responsible, to have emotional self-regulation, to have altruism. But we can't hurry nature. There are no shortcuts when it comes to true development. The 4-year-old, when the meatloaf, grandma's meatloaf stinks, the 4-year-old's integrity calls upon him to say, "Grandma, your meatloaf stinks." He can only think about one thing at a time. He can only consider either himself or the other. He can't do both at once. He is not capable of doing that. The capacity for registering more than one feeling at a time only begins to develop around 5 to 7 years of age, when they're full of feelings of caring, and they do really care for grandma, and they care to not get into trouble, and they care to do things right. They care about a lot of things, and full of feelings of caring. They will come to the place around 5 or 6 years of age, if their feelings aren't too intense, when you'll see them squirm. And you'll go, "Honey, what's wrong?" And you'll get the little whisper, "Grandma's meatloaf stinks, but I don't want to hurt her feelings," which is exactly what you want. Caring comes combined with consideration. Fueled by caring, you get your first empathic response, an incredible response. And our world should be full of that squirm, that inner conflict. The tragedy is it isn't. We are hearing a chorus of our children and our youth, even verbally expressing, "I don't care, doesn't matter, whatever." Many are trying to hide their caring because it gets them into trouble. It gets taken advantage of. So is there something amiss? Yes, I believe there is. I believe the very, very heart of that which makes us human and humane is endangered here, because if the feelings of caring were there, the rest would take care of itself. So I think we've got a deeper problem here, but a problem that we can also do something about. I think if we understand what the natural roots are, we can actually address it. We need to be singular in our approach. How do we restore caring in our children? How do we foster that? How can they be full of feelings of caring in the world they find themselves today? If we take care of caring, the rest will unfold. If we ignore the heart and the spirit and we try to increase the capacity as a skill, we ignore this, and actually our efforts could backfire. Caring will gestate. It will provide the womb for the ultimate level. But the answer is to care a lot, to be full of feelings of caring.